What's up guys, Cheap Beast aka Noah back today bringing another video. This time we're actually doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a tier list of a lot of the top sneaker releases that are rumored to be coming out in 2022. There's some pretty decent ones. I picked about 20. I'll actually link the tier list too below in the description, so you guys can do your own of the same exact sneakers that I'm going through. And also let me know in the comments what you guys think of my tier list, but let's just get right into it. So as you guys can see, we have S through D tier. I didn't want to do F because obviously a lot of these sneakers are pretty good, but so I'm going to be comparing them a lot to themselves and not to like just general sneakers. So we did about 20 in here. I combined a bunch of different lists. I used some complex, some sneaker reviews. I watched a Seth Fowler video of a bunch of sneaker releases that are coming out this year, and I narrowed it down to about these 20. I think they're pretty good. I think there's some really good ones in here, but obviously that's what the whole point of this ranking is. I'm going to be ranking these, and then you guys let me know in the comments what you think of my ranking. So the first one is actually a New Balance 990 V6. There was a V5 that I feel like I ranked pretty high last year. This is obviously in like the all gray colorway. It's pretty neutral, and I feel like I'm going to put it in B because it's really neutral. It's a decent colorway just to wear. Plus, from what I've heard, the 990 is a super comfortable colorway, and people really like it. And now there's going to be a V6 version, and it's really easy to wear, and New Balance always has been killing it the past year. So there's a lot of sneakers from New Balance that probably could make this list, but obviously you guys know I do a lot of Nike and Yeezy and that kind of stuff. That's what I focus more on. So putting this one at B is, I feel like, a pretty good spot for it. So next up we have the Adidas Prada Forum Low. It's got this little backpack on it. We're going to put it in the C tier for right now. I wish it was like all white. I feel like all white would look a little better than the all black. The black like bag on it's actually from like a trendy Prada bag. So I feel like that's why they're doing it. I feel like it may be more popular for women than for guys, obviously. Nike did something similar a little bit ago where they put like a fanny pack on the sandals or the slides. But I think it's all right. Obviously, it's going to be really expensive because it's Prada. But I think C tier is all right for it. Then next up, we have the Drake Nocta Hot Step Air Terra. I think this is probably D tier. I think it looks all right. It's all white. It's nothing too special. I don't really know about the silhouette. I feel like, at least you guys can see, there's a lot of better silhouettes out there, and it's just not my favorite. It's pretty boring, honestly. I feel like some people are excited about it, especially since it's Drake. But other than that, I don't think it's anything too special. I feel like it had to be included because it is Drake and it's collab with Drake. So anytime that comes up, the sneaker's probably going to sell out and resell for a decent amount. But this one's nothing special. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but nothing too crazy. And then next one, we actually have probably the first A tier. I feel like I might save S for probably the best one, or maybe put a couple in there. But this is the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low in the reverse mocha colorway. I feel like they obviously have delayed a lot of the Travis Scott stuff because of what happened at his concert, but it's nothing too crazy. I think I like the mocha colorway of the Jordan 1 Low better. Obviously, I feel like they're doing this reverse mocha because it's another collab that will sell out and do really well. So obviously it's going to do really well. I feel like I also put it in A because of the hype, just because it's obviously going to sell for a good chunk of money. But the colorway is all right. I think it's pretty cool. I like the like Travis Scott logo on the back of it. So I think obviously it's going to do really well. Good colorway, but I think the other Jordan 1 Low that they have a lot earlier is a little bit better. Then we have the Air Max 1 Travis Scott. I think it's all right. I'm going to put it in, I don't know, it's going to be B or C. We'll put it in C right now. Obviously, it's going to sell out, do really well, like every Travis Scott collab does. But I'm not really a big fan of the colors. It's got a lot of yellows, browns, and then some red lacing. Obviously, like the reverse mocha colorway a lot better because it's white and brown, but this has a lot of yellows and brown. I like the Air Maxes, but I just feel like the colorway could be a lot better. I feel like they could have done maybe like a different collab on the Air Max 1s, but obviously Travis Scott going to resell for a decent amount of money. The Jordan 1s always do a lot better than like the non-Jordan sneakers. So there's probably, I don't know what retail would be, but I imagine like $400, $500 resale. So I think it's C tier, but I don't know if I can put it any higher than that. Next up, we have another D tier. It's the CPFM, the Cactus Plant Flea Market, Nike. I think it's a Dunk Low. The like bottom of it is supposed to be made look like moss. I think it's supposed to be more like a environmentally friendly sneaker. I don't know if it's going to be that way, but I just don't like it. I don't like the moss as like the outsole. I assume it would probably wear down a little easier unless this is all rubber. If it's all rubber, then it may be all right, but it's not the greatest. I think it could look a little bit better. Usually their collabs are kind of cool, but also I feel like there's some decent collabs. But this is D tier. It's probably one of the worst ones of the 20, but since it's a collab, that's pretty cool. I feel like I had to include in this. Now we're getting to some of the non-Jordan 1s. As you guys can see, the Jordan 1s are going to be at the end. So we're going to go with the Jordan 12 Playoff. I think I'm going to put it in B for now. I feel like B is just going to be this like super neutral, but like nothing better than that. Obviously, it's black and white. Jordan 12, so it's nothing like crazy. I don't think it's going to resell for a ton. But it is a good colorway. I obviously like neutral colorways. That's why the New Balance is here. So all black upper with some white and then the gray on it. I think it looks cool. Obviously, it's a retro of an older colorway, so I think that's why I'll do well. But other than that, I don't think it's, I mean, it definitely is not going to go above B. It might even go down to C at the end, but we'll see about that. Then the next one we have is the Jordan 6 UNC. This one's also going to be in B. The Jordan 6 isn't my favorite silhouette, but I love the UNC colorways. I feel like they always do a really good job whenever they do anything UNC or University Blue is what they're going to call it, colorway on anything. Obviously, you guys know Michael Jordan went to UNC, so that's why they do a lot of these colorways. It's not my favorite model, but the colorway alone puts it at B. If it was on a worse model, I feel like it would be a little lower, but I think it's actually pretty cool. Probably may try to pick it up, but probably won't because I don't really wear 6s. But again, they put this colorway on a lot of things, and it's always done really well. So next up, we have our both of the Union Jordan 2s. The first one is the Gray Fog, and the other one is the Rattan, I think is what they're calling it. I'm not exactly sure. This one looks a little grayer, bluer, and then this one looks a little more yellow. I'm going to rank the blue one in the A tier. I feel like they're really going to be pushing Jordan 2s this year. I feel like I've seen a couple other ones. It's supposed to be a J Balvin, but there was just a teaser image for that, so I didn't want to include in this. But after the Off-White 2s that got released, I feel like they're going to be pushing 2s a lot this year. I don't know if it's a special year for 2s. It may be, but I think this one's going to be an A tier. I like the colorway more. And we're going to put the yellows B tier. I think it's all right. I don't really like yellow as much. I like the gray blue more. I think they're going to look pretty cool. Obviously, these are not like official images or anything yet, so they may change, but I think they look pretty cool, and I feel like 2s might actually be really popular this year. So be on the lookout for some more 2s. Now we're going to get into a couple of the Yeezys. The first one is the Yeezy 1050. I would debate on putting this in D tier, but I think C tier is pretty appropriate. They've never done this model before. It's not like oversized like the boots were last year that I put on like some of my worst lists. I think it looks all right. Maybe in other colorways it'll be a lot better. Obviously, it's just a boot. It doesn't look anything too special. I don't know what retail will be. It'll probably be pretty expensive. In different colorway, it may be a little bit better, but I like that they're doing some of the brighter colorways now, and it's not just super neutral. Someone will be able to pull it off. I feel like for a hunting thing, it may be really cool. But as of right now, it's just a C tier, but it's a new silhouette, so I feel like that's why it's a C. They could make it obviously a lot worse and move it back down to D. So the next one we have, I don't really know where to rank it. I was like doing a little ranking before, obviously. It's the Yeezy 350 V2 in the Slate Red colorway, or the compact version too in the Slate Red colorway. I think it's going to go B. Obviously, any all red Yeezy is compared to the Red Octobers, and those are obviously very expensive and stuff like that. I was watching a Seth Fowler video, and he was saying that these are really comfortable and some of his favorite Yeezys ever. I like that they're not just a neutral colorway, and that's probably why I'm putting them more in B. I don't know anything about the compact version of the 350. Obviously, it's more like tighter and stuff like that, but I like that it's all red. It's a little different. It's something different compared to a lot of the other things this year, and that's why I'm putting it at B for now. I just think it's a little different, and it's a little different than the normal 350, so it may be better in some people's opinion, and as of right now, I'm putting it at B. Next one is the 350 V2 in the dazzling blue colorway. I may put this at S right now. I still like Yeezys. I think they're really comfortable. It's A or S for me. I obviously really like blue. It looks more like an older Yeezy that came out forever ago with just the blue line. I know this picture isn't the best, but there should be another one on your screen that makes it a little bit better. But the blue just like stripe on it, I think is really cool. Obviously, I don't have any of those kind of Yeezys, just the ones with the stripe on it. I like blue, and that's probably why it's more in the S tier, not just an A tier. Obviously, people can put it all the way in D because they're kind of tired of Yeezys being the same all the time, but it's a little something different. Again, a few Yeezys so far have been different colors. I mean, it's orange one, red one, and then a blue. Usually they do like a different shade of blue. Like I had the Cloud Whites, and they're just like a light blue, like more neutral, and this stands out a little bit better. I love the black and blue, so hopefully that's how it's going to look, because I might actually try to pick that one up. And then the next one we have is the Yeezy Foam Runner V2. This isn't official yet, but there's rumors that this might actually be the mock-up for it. I'm going to put it in D tier. I think the normal foam runner works for its purpose. This one makes it look like it's trying to be more like an actual sneaker, and you could wear it a lot more often than just kind of like a croc. It looked like it kind of had an outsole. I don't know if that's just the mock-up of it, or it would be a little different when it actually is made. It kind of looks like the Drake ones, to be honest, but it has holes in it like they do for the foam runner. I'm not a big fan of it. I think the foam runners maybe at best are a C, but I think this is actually, I think the styling looks a little bit better, but I think just the sneaker in general is worse than the normal foam runner. So that's why we're putting it at D. And now we're getting to the Jordan 1s. Obviously, Jordan 1s are usually the most popular sneaker of the year. The first one is the Jordan 1 Rebellionaire. It's like millionaire and rebel at the same time. I don't know why I'm terrible at pronouncing that. I think I'm going to put this at, I'm going to put it in C for now. They got a lot of writing on it. The only thing I don't like about it are the red X's on the back. I like the writing on it. You guys can see in the other image on the screen. I think it looks a little bit better with the writing. If there weren't those red X's, I feel like it would definitely be B, maybe even A tier, just because I like obviously the shadow colorway, and then there's a lot extra to it. But we're gonna keep it in C tier right now because I think it could have been a little bit better. Definitely remove the red X's. Some people might think that's their favorite part, but we're gonna go C tier for now. And then we have the Jordan 1 Retro 85s in the Georgetown colorway. I actually like the Georgetown colorway. Usually it's like gray and like a navy. This one doesn't look to be as gray as they normally are, so we'll see about that one, and maybe more like a retro kind of look. But I like the dark blue. I think this is a good looking colorway, so I'm putting it in A tier. There's obviously going to be a lot of Jordan 1s released, and maybe the Georgetown won't look as good as this mock-up image, or like this leaked image is. They had dunk lows in the Georgetown colorway, and I didn't like them as much, so maybe if that's the same colorway, it would move it to B tier. Using this image, I'm going to put it in A tier for now. I think it's one of the better of the Jordan 1s that are actually coming out. Then the next one is the Jordan 1 Heritage. It looks like it's about to be like a Chicago or some other red colorway, and then the color blocking is just different. I'm going to put it in B because it's a red and white Jordan 1. It may even be a C tier. I may adjust that, but as of right now, we're going to go with B tier. I think it looks alright, but I feel like the color blocking could have been a lot better. They obviously have the toe of it red, and then a lot of white, and then the ankle and like the heel area are red. I feel like the color blocking was a little bit better. Could have been a lot better. I'm actually gonna move this down to C. I think it's more of a C tier right now. I'm making that decision right now since there's not many sneakers coming left. But I think it's a C because I think it could have been a lot better. Then next one we have is Jordan 1 Brotherhood. This one I'm a little conflicted about because it looks more like a different kind of like Laker colorway because it's got a different shade of purple and yellow. I'm going to put it in B for now, just because I don't know, I can't really tell what I think about it. I think it's better than the Heritage and the other Jordan 1, which I'm not going to say the name anymore. But I don't think it's better than these two. I'm just going to say these two are probably the best Jordan 2s that I've seen coming out this year. But I think it could look all right. We'll see when it comes out. It may be kind of like the Iron Man ones that came out. I don't remember, Fusion Red or something like that came out, and they didn't look as good as they did in like the mock-up images. So maybe these ones will be a little bit better or a little worse, but I think B's are right for now. I think the images look okay. And then we have the Jordan 1 Taxi and the Jordan 1 Dark Marina Blue. I'm going to put the Dark Marina Blue, I skip the Taxis, in A tier. I really like the dark blue, and I think it's black. Obviously it's my favorite color combination. They have the Yeezys on it here. And then here, it's coming out in February. I think I said it was coming out in January, which they delayed it or just changed their minds or something like that. I think it's good colorway. Obviously it's like a royal. I think the royals are actually better, but I think this one deserves to be an A, at least in my opinion, because obviously I've said a few times I really like blue, and black and blue is a great color combination. Don't know if the color blocking and the actual blue is my favorite. Maybe it feels like a different shade of blue. I don't know. We're gonna go with A for now, just because I feel like this one is better. So with that being said, we're gonna put the Taxi in the S tier. I think the Taxi just looks a lot better than the Dark Marina. If this is how it's gonna look, obviously they can change the color blocking. They do that, I feel like, fairly often. They'll change the color blocking on some sort of Jordan 1, so it may not look like that. It may look a little different, but as this is mocked up, it's got really good color blocking. I think it's just really solid, and that's why it's gonna be S tier. So we have two S tiers, which I'm going to keep both of them. I honestly am debating on moving the Travis Scott one into S tier, or maybe even the Union. I think the Union is obviously a cool collab, but these ones are staying in D tier. C tier, I think, is pretty solid. I don't think any of these move up. Maybe the Travis Scotts move up on hype alone. I don't think the Heritage do, and I don't think the Yeezys do. And then the B tier, I'm going to keep everything here. Honestly, I might actually move. I'm gonna move the New Balance into A. I think it's a pretty solid sneaker. I think the colorway is really good, really neutral, and then everything else I think is pretty solid. I don't really 12s aren't my favorite, 6s aren't my favorite, but I like the colorways. I think this is worse than the other Union. I like the Slate Red and I like the Brotherhood, but I don't think they move past B tier. So this is my final list. We got 2 in S tier and then 5 in A, B, and C, and then 3 in D. I think this is a pretty solid list. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this list. Obviously, you guys can have a different one. Also, send me some of your things on, I don't know, Twitter, Instagram. Send me what your tier list look like. Maybe someone else has already done this without me promoting it yet. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.